Alright, so it's already now part 3. It took me quite a long, but finally we're going to finish with the arpeggio blue steel I-401 submarine. We're going to add some final details, and after that we'll just go over the overlook on the finishing structure of the entire submarine. So make sure you watch this full video and hope you may enjoy. Actually look at a model of the I-401 submarine or the 500 class submarine or a picture. You may see that you have some great details and some great features of the submarine. But this one was kind of small. It's likely a 1/700 scale model, I think, just like the original subs. But however, they actually had these small markings there and very detailed lookings. And since we already finished with the entire sub, we're also going to add some small details and a little bit of drawing of the torpedo launchers here, and a lot of details using paint. So we're going to draw the torpedoes and also some small detail. We're going to use a Sharpie here, like this one here. I actually attempted using this one, but this one here actually has a bigger tip and it doesn't look like the leg I need to use. So I'll be using this tip here to draw the torpedoes and the small details. When you're done with this side, you may have a problem with the other side, but you actually add tape. When the Sharpie dries, just add the tape a little bit around to know what half it has to go. Okay. Yep. This will actually be like a reference on when you gotta draw the other side next. Now we gotta do it with the other one. Now it looks like the torpedoes are done. Now let's move on to the sinking hole areas when the submarine will even sink or dive. While it's actually punching those holes in the real submarine are actually ballast intake pipes, which they intake water to make the sub go diving or surfacing. Detailing the arpeggio blue steel I-401 submarine is now done. Now it's time we're up to the bigger detailing here. Now there are actually some of these blue spots here, but however they don't function on a sub. The only parts that function in the anime series is just the 5mm cannon, the anti-aircraft guns, and the torpedo launchers. So we're actually going to do some painting using the same color as the top part of the submarine. Hopefully we got this right, and to make sure we actually got it right, we're actually going to use some tape to actually have it matches to the other side. As I was done finishing up with the first side, I actually turned over to the other side to see it matches with the lighting. Since the lighting there actually painted on part 2, actually shows that it does match a little bit over the lighting of the submarine. So doing that technique, it actually could match up pretty perfectly. Alright, with the submarine spots now done, even though they're not actually part of the anime series, but they're actually part of the submarine. Now we're going to move on to the antennas here, which could be the final spot. But to actually add them, you could use like a model holders, like those things to hold the molds together, or you can use a few toothpicks here. Now, you're actually going to use toothpicks. Make sure you remove the pointy things, and be careful. Some of them could be pretty pointy here. You could use like a tweezer, and you could use like a modeling knife. Or you don't want yourself getting cut by the twigs, you can actually just tweeze them up a little and just make them a bit thinner, actually. So this is what we got right here. This is a small one. Those ones here could get pretty rough, but this one here is pretty small. Definitely is the right size for our sub. And we guys be careful. We need to be careful trimming out the big pieces. And once we have enough, we'll move on to the small ones. Yep. The glue's in place, and some of them have to match up for a little bit, but this is definitely the best submarine ever built. Finally, after a long break, I could finally be able to finish the submarine, and definitely it's very done. Whoa, look at this. We actually had the entire antennas, the 5-inch guns, the Type 96 anti-aircraft guns. By the way, they're actually Bismarck anti-aircraft guns because I don't own a model. And we actually have all the detailing we have, including the lighting, all the other details, and the torpedoes which launch. Definitely, it's a pretty amazing model. I definitely could agree. Definitely very worth it. Now we have the finished first cardboard model of the video, the arpeggio blue steel I-401 submarine. It took me around 2 days, which doesn't include the breaks I took. But finally today, the submarine is officially done. With all the detailing we have, and definitely quite a great scale too. It's kind of like a 1/700 scale model of the real sub, although it may be a bit bigger, but quite that. The submarine is pretty cool, at least. Finally get to build the submarine since I recently watched the series, but definitely the arpeggio blue steel I-401 submarine is definitely an amazing model I ever built. Comparing the entire length of the submarine, it's quietly almost around 9.4 inches. It's quite how long the submarine is, but the submarine here is definitely a big submarine, even though it was firstly the largest submarine during World War II, but definitely it's actually shown some unique markings and characteristics of the submarine, even though it actually is an aircraft carrier submarine, but definitely it's an amazing model. Compared to my other models, including the German battleship Bismarck and battleship USS Missouri, the submarine is quietly almost like 1/3 of the scale of the Bismarck, and the Missouri it's almost around 1/4 of the battleship Missouri, or 1/4.5. But definitely this is quite not the scale of the real sub, but this is definitely the only submarine I can actually build in the series. But maybe in the future I may try to build more in the series. But definitely this is an amazing sub and a great model to build. Alright, so I ended up building the arpeggio blue steel I-401 submarine, and it's definitely the first carbon model for this video and the first one for the channel. And you want to check out the previous ones, like the Space Battleship Yamato and part 1 and part 2 of I-401 submarine. I'll put a post below and the end. And if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. Stay tuned for more videos. Also, leave a comment down below on what model should I build next. Maybe a Sherman or a Tiger or another warship. And I'll see you all in the future. Bye.